Here is our customer platform. Right away, you can see how it's this one-stop shop for all the information you'll need for tracking and managing your shipments. And we're really proud of the modern look and feel and how easy it is to use, because a lot of the customer platforms you'll see out there can be really clunky and look outdated. Or sometimes you'll just be given Excel spreadsheets and pivot tables. So this is our dashboard. It summarizes all the shipments and jobs you have with us. One really fast way to get to a shipment is if you know the ID, you can use this search bar on the dashboard, or you can use the magnifying glass from any page in the whole app. But the little cards on the dashboard are kind of where the magic happens here. You can see all the upcoming moves you should be planning for and anything that's not going as planned or may need your attention. It's kind of a nice jumping off point for you to figure out where you should focus each day. This card shows you all your active shipments and the transport statuses of each of them. The inbox tells you about important things that have happened recently, like ETA updates or a message from your team. This exceptions card is really nice. It highlights any delays you should be aware of. And then estimated arrivals and this week's arrivals, these help you plan for goods that are arriving soon. And then another really nice feature we have down here is pin shipments. These are helpful for keeping a closer eye on the shipments that are most important to you and your business. So again, the dashboard's really this kind of jumping off point for the rest of the platform. Let's look at the Shipment Explorer next. It helps you get to specific international shipments, and it also has some really nice reporting features. So I can get there from this main nav right here, but right now I'm going to jump in there from this active shipments card so you can see how this works. So now we're on the Shipment Explorer, and it's automatically filtered to shipments that are in transit because that's what I chose from the dashboard. Within this table, all of the columns are filterable and sortable. It's super configurable, which is helpful for you in setting things up for your particular role. So I can use this menu to add or remove fields from my table. And then I can change the order of them too, which is really nice. Once you set everything up the way you want, it'll stay that way for you, and it'll be there on a user by user basis. So you'll see what you need, and your colleague might set it up a different way, and they'll see what they need. It's also exportable to CSV, so you can easily generate custom shipment reports and share them with other people on your team, or modify it using whatever spreadsheet tool you like to use. Now let's take a look at a specific shipment. Let's look at this one. So here you get really granular information about a specific shipment. The progress bar at the top shows you the shipment status at a glance, and then there's tons of information here about your shipment. You've got general shipment details, your cargo details, and like the statuses of specific containers. And then if there's a brokerage file, that'll appear here as well. The map shows you where your shipment is in real time. And then this timeline below shows you the full route of your shipment and where it is in the journey. For each leg, you can see all of the ports and your ETAs and ATAs. And then on the left side of the shipment details page, you have different tabs where you can share important documents with our team. You can see the full activity log of events for that shipment. You can also interact with our team here right from the app. You just click this blue chat icon and you can leave a comment and we'll get notified. And then we can communicate here. It's really convenient that the conversation stays here within the context of the shipment, so everyone who views it can see it, and it's just way more organized than emailing back and forth. Next, let's take a look at trucking. I'm not going to spend a ton of time here because the experience is really similar to the international shipment tracking we just looked at. But we've got these status scorecards that make it really easy to find what you need. So if I click pickup, it'll show me all the pickups for this week. And then when you click a dot on the map, you can see the pickup and delivery locations based on that pickup. And then if you hover over a lane, you can see the job info at a glance. And then if I want to remove that filter, I just click that scorecard again. And this table, just like the table we looked at earlier, this table has all the same features: filtering, sorting, customizing the columns. You can download to CSV. Let's take a look at one of these trucking jobs. So again, this is pretty similar to the international shipment details we just looked at. You can see a map of the route, high-level job status in this status bar, information about each stop, and then a timeline for pickup and delivery. And you can see load details and then even download the POD if that were here. So really, trucking visibility just works the same way that international shipments works. So the best part about this is that the shippers get a consistent tracking experience regardless of the transport mode. A lot of times you'll see your logistics provider will have you going into separate customer portals for international versus trucking, but with us, it's all centralized here in this one platform. Next, let's look at bookings. So a lot of providers will have you do most of this booking process with phone or email, and you have to go back and forth quite a bit to just get it all right. But with us, you can request bookings right here within the app, and we'll respond with route options and rates that we present back to you, and you see them right within the app, and you can review them and either request changes or approve the best option. And then you can track all these requests right here in this table, so you always know where we're at with things. So here is a quick view of all your bookings. Again, we've got these status scorecards to help you quickly see which bookings are in which stage of the process. So let's create a new booking request so we can see what that looks like. So you just fill out this form. It's pretty quick to fill out, but it allows you to provide a lot of information to us about what you're wanting pretty quickly. And then if you've got any like packing lists or commercial invoices, you can upload them here, and then you would click submit. And then once your request is submitted, we'll review it. If it's a contract quote, we'll approve it automatically. But if it's a spot quote, we'll provide you some options. So let's look at what that looks like. So here I can see a couple options that the team has provided. Let's take a look at one of these. You can see our team has entered vessel details and transit details, as well as the rate and maybe some notes. Once you've reviewed the options we've presented, you can approve the best one here. So you click this. But if these options just don't work for you, you can request another option. Or you could send our team a message at any time, again, using this blue chat icon. Once you select an option, our team will review it one last time and confirm that booking, and then you'll get a notification that it's been confirmed and created. And then from that point, you'll be able to see the ID for the resulting shipment record, and I can click this and like transition really easily into tracking the shipment that came out of this booking. So again, the whole process is very streamlined compared to what you'd get with most other providers, and we really want to collaborate with you every step of the way. So you get to have input with us without having to pick up the phone or keep track of messy email threads. So really, really a different booking experience than you would get with other providers. Next, let's look at orders. Here you get visibility into all your purchase orders, and you can track your goods all the way down to the product SKU level. Once again, we've got our status scorecards as a quick way to filter down to the orders in each stage. and you can create a new order right from within the app. So let's look at that. Again, this is a pretty simple form to fill out, and you can specify the items on the POs and upload any related documents. Then you click Save. Once you've created a new purchase order, you can come here and track all the milestones in real time. Okay, and then let's take a look at kind of the other end of the inventory and purchasing cycle. Let's look at warehousing. We'll start with inventory. So our platform gives you the full picture of your product inventory in real time. You can see inventory counts, inbound receipts, outbound warehouse orders, all in one spot. We know a lot of times shippers get stuck waiting on spreadsheets from their provider to get the answers that they need, but we do not want to be that holdup for you. So the data you have here is exactly the same as what we see in our internal system. It's just presented to you in a way that makes a little bit more sense from the shipper perspective. And you can generate your own CSV reports from the app right whenever you need to. In this Inventory Explorer, you can see all of the products you've got in various warehouses. Let's look at one of these. When we look at a specific product, we get these scorecards to give us a quick idea of what the inventory for this product is looking like right now. And then same with recent receipts and recent orders. Let's look at some of these other product details. The inventory history page is really helpful. It shows you a full history of orders and receipts related to the product. And then inventory details shows you the status of inventory at each warehouse location. Let's check out a different way to look at orders and receipts. So we're going to go to activity this time. And here we can get to specific orders and receipts more directly. We can toggle between these two. Let's take a quick look at creating an outbound warehouse order. This is another one of those tasks that you'd often have to just do this through email, but with our platform, it's a little bit more streamlined and self-service for you. So another pretty simple form to fill out information like consignor and consignee, the warehouse you want the order to come from. And then you choose which products you need picked. So this is showing me all of the available products within that warehouse that we chose. And I can choose how many I want. And then upload any related documents and submit this. And then once that order is placed, you can always come back here to track where we're at with it. Let's switch gears and move to analytics. It's kind of like we saved the best for last. This is really where you can see trends across all your shipments that help you optimize your business. So these are pre-built aggregate reports across all your shipments for a specific time period. You can configure the time period here, and you can do some really helpful time comparison here too. By default, this is looking at the last 90 days. You can see an overview, a breakdown by mode, and then a series of line charts that break down common shipper reporting needs like total cost, volume, weight, and also trade lane information like your top routes. Sometimes when we're trying to understand a new customer's business, we'll ask things like, how many containers are you moving on this trade lane? And they can't answer it, which is always shocking to us. Or maybe they can, but they have to deal with this hodgepodge of reports from multiple systems to answer it. So we want to do better than that, and we think that this is really helpful. You need to be able to answer those kinds of questions to make sure you're shipping things in the most efficient way for your business. You'll notice that one of these reports is for CO2 emissions. This is another thing we can do for your business. We get a lot of shippers coming to us with these big sustainability goals, and they're asking us for help measuring their shipment emissions. We can give you automatic CO2 calculations for each shipment, and these are based on the distance and the cargo weight and the transport mode. We actually do this through an integration with a third party who does all this according to industry standards. So they follow the GLEC framework, and it's fully compliant with all the latest regulations. So here we're seeing the data in aggregate. Carbon intensity over time is the industry standard way to show the data relative to how much volume you're shipping. So if you have a goal to decrease your emissions per shipment, you're going to want to see these lines go down over time. Let's go back to the Shipment Explorer so we can see what this looks like for specific shipments. Let's look at some shipments that are later in their journey. So here in the shipments table, you can see the CO2 calculation for each shipment. And remember, we can export this data to CSV, so you can really do anything you need to with the raw CO2 data to share it with your team or manipulate it in a spreadsheet tool, whatever your favorite spreadsheet tool is. So that's CO2, so that's something to think about as well.